In 2018, actor and comedian Bill Cosby was convicted on 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. He was released last summer after Pennsylvania's Supreme Court overturned his conviction on a procedural issue. Cosby has denied the allegations by dozens of women who say he drugged and raped them.
This was complicated. How do we talk about Bill Cosby?
It's complex, Kamau, you know.
Comedian Kamau Bell says it was a difficult decision to make the docuseries We Need to Talk About Cosby.
Like a lot of people, as I say in the series, I had a hard time reckoning with all this stuff.
Bell describes himself as a Cosby child, one of many who grew up watching the entertainers' programs. As a comedian, he says he was inspired by Cosby, but after the revelations, he says he had a hard time admitting it.
And I'd be like, I can't say Bill Cosby. But then I was like, but if I don't say Bill Cosby, as a black man of my age, I'll look insane. Like, how did I not reckon with Bill Cosby? And so I started to say the artist formerly known as Bill Cosby as a way to indicate that I knew there was a lot going on there. And that generally satisfied people. But that sort of was the beginning of me trying to reckon with it publicly.
Bell's docuseries follows Cosby's meteoric rise from a stand-up comic in 1960 San Francisco to the beloved father figure in the internationally famous The Cosby Show.
It was the #1 show in South Africa, or a hit show in South Africa, because the government of South Africa saw it as safe because it was sort of like this anodyne family sitcom, but the white, mostly white government of South Africa. But the black people of South Africa saw it as revolutionary because he was putting up Nelson Mandela images. The grandkids were named Winnie and Nelson, and there was free apartheid stuff. And also, it showed black people living in the full thrust of their blackness proudly.
All the while, Cosby's accusers, who agreed to be interviewed for the series, described how he drugged and raped them.
Spanish Fly, the girl with drinking and hello, America.
Actress Eden Turl is one of them.
A lot of people knew, because you can't do what he did unless you have other people supporting what you're doing.
And the people who are higher up are prioritizing a hit project over a safe and supportive and effective work environment.
According to RollingStone.com, after Bell's docuseries was released, Cosby's rep, Andrew Wyatt, called Bell a PR hack and said Cosby had been the target of numerous media that have for too many years distorted and omitted truths intentionally. Bell says he stands by the women who have come forward to tell their stories.
Nobody could deal with the gap between who they thought Bill Cosby was and who he was revealing himself to be. We'd never dealt with a gap that large before, because whatever you think about most of the men, if not all of the men who fell during the Me Too movement, none of them were international cultural icons, heroes, and also specifically, none of them were anybody's childhood heroes the way Bill Cosby was.
Bell says the docudrama does not offer easy answers, but it provides enough material to allow viewers to process how to deal with someone who meant so much to them. Penelope Poulou, VOA News, Washington.